Hi, I'm Maisha Hedden.
Hello, visitors and patrons of Loganberry.
Hey, how's it going? Name is Jason Rayner.
Hi, my name is Connie Perrone, and I will be reading an excerpt from
Narrative of the Life of Frederick Douglass,
an excerpt from Talking Back,
a little excerpt from No Tea, No Shade,
A Philosophy of Struggle,
Angela Davis,
Susan Lori Parks, Father Comes Home from the Wars, parts 1, 2, and 3.
And it starts like this.
Hello, visitors and patrons of Loganberry. My name is Chan, and today I will be reading one of my favorite anti-racist authors, Eve E. Wing, in her poem, Affirmation, to youth living in prison after Assata Shakur. Speak this to yourself until you know it is true. I believe that I woke up today and my lungs were working miraculously. My voice can sing and murmur and ask miraculously. My hands may shake, but they can hold me or another. My blood still carries the gifts of the air from my heart to my brain miraculously. Put a finger to my wrist or my temple and feel it. I am magic. Life in all its good and bad and ugly things, scary things which I would like to forget, beautiful things which I would like to remember, the whole messy, lovely, true story of myself pulses within me. I believe that the sun shines, if not here, then somewhere. Somewhere it rains, and things will go green and wonderful. Somewhere inside me too it rains, and things will grow green and wonderful. Sometimes my insides rain from the inside out, and then I know I am alive. I am alive. I am alive.
Hi, I'm Maisha Hedden, Local Voices Manager at Loganberry Books, and I am reading from Angela Davis, Women, Race, and Class. Racism has always drawn strength from its ability to encourage sexual coercion. While Black women and their sisters of color have been the main targets of these racist-inspired attacks, white women have suffered as well. For once white men were persuaded that they could commit sexual assaults against Black women with impunity, their conduct towards women of their own race could not have remained unmarred. Racism has always served as a provocation to rape, and white women in the United States have necessarily suffered the ricochet fire of these attacks. This is one of the many ways in which racism nourishes sexism, causing white women to be indirectly victimized by the special oppression aimed at their sisters of color. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Zachary Thomas, and I'm the program director for Writers in Residence. I want to share with you one of my favorite anti-racist reads that I'm currently reading. It's Americana by Chimamanda Adichie. And it starts like this. Dear American non-Black, if an American Black person is telling you about an experience about being Black, please do not eagerly bring up examples from your own life. Don't say, it's just like when you have suffered. Everyone in the world has suffered, but you have not suffered precisely because you are an American Black. Don't be quick to find alternative explanations for what happened. Don't say, oh, it's not really race, it's class. Oh, it's not race, it's gender. Oh, it's not race, it's the Cookie Monster. You see, American Blacks actually don't want it to be race. They would rather not have racist stuff happen. So maybe when they say something is about race, it's maybe because it actually is. Don't say, I'm colorblind, because if you are colorblind, then you need to see a doctor, and it means that when a Black man is shown on TV as a crime suspect in your neighborhood, all you see is a blurry, purplish, grayish, creamish figure. Don't say, we are tired of talking about race, or the only race is the human race. American Blacks, too, are tired of talking about race. They wish they didn't have to, but stuff keeps happening. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Connie Perrone, and I will be reading an excerpt from Kim Alexander's book, The New Jim Crow. If Martin Luther King Jr. is right that the arc of history is long but bends toward justice, a new movement will arise. And if civil rights organizations fail to keep up with the times, they will be pushed to the side as another generation of advocates comes to the fore. Hopefully, the new generation will be led by those who know best the brutality of the caste system, a group with greater vision, courage, and determination than the old guard can muster, trapped as they may be in an outdated paradigm. This new generation of activists should not disrespect their elders or disparage their contributions or achievements. To the contrary, they should bow their heads in respect, for their forerunners have expended untold hours and made great sacrifices in an elusive quest for justice. But once respect has been paid, they should march right past them, emboldened, as King said, by the fierce urgency of now.
Susan Lori Parks, Father Comes Home from the Wars, parts 1, 2, and 3. This world is such a mess. How's a colored gonna make his way? Sometimes I get the feeling that the heart of the thing won't change easy or quick because of the way we were bought and brought over here in the first place. Maybe even with freedom, that mark of the marketplace, it will always be on us. And so maybe we will always be twisting and turning ourselves into something that is going to bring the best price. That's the way we were born into this. So is it always going to be like that for us? Slavery or not, freedom or not? Are we ever going to get us a better place in the marketplace? You talking like you want to burn something down.
Hi, my name is Carl Hedden. I'm a junior at University School, and today I'm here to read to you an excerpt from Narrative of the Life of Frederick Douglass, an American Slave. This battle with Mr. Covey was the turning point in my career as a slave. It rekindled the few expiring embers of freedom and revived within me a sense of my own manhood. It recalled the departed self-confidence and inspired me again with a determination to be free. The gratification afforded by the triumph was a full compensation for whatever else might follow, even death itself. He only can understand the deep satisfaction which I experienced, who is himself repelled by force, the bloody arm of slavery. I felt as if I had never felt before. My long crushed spirit rose, cowardice departed, bold defiance took its place. However long I might remain a slave in form, the day had passed forever when I could be a slave in fact. I did not hesitate to let it be known of me that the white man who expected to succeed in whipping must also succeed in killing me.
Hey, how's it going? Name is Jason Rayner. Author name is J.L. Rayner. My ties to the Cleveland area come from actually being at a book signing myself for my book titled I Used to Be Racist, where I talk primarily about race and other issues that go on in the world today. So this one I've titled Blacks on the News and Social Media. When you look at the news or social media and you see how blacks are portrayed, what do you see? You may see a story of another black man shot in the hood as police work diligently to find their killer, or an armed robbery at a local convenience store with a description of a black man wearing a hoodie. It's like the thing to talk about, putting the face of a black victim or assailant out there for the entire country to see. In Manhattan, when those white New Yorkers held on to their belongings tighter because, black people are known for stealing things, should I hold on to my niece or nephew tighter because a majority of registered sex offenders are white? Doesn't make sense, right? A combination of what is portrayed for entertainment purposes and us feeding into it creates the negative image of black people in the 21st century. Thank you.
Hi everyone, this is Margie, bookseller at Loganberry Books, and I am going to share with you today an excerpt from Talking Back by Bell Hooks. Often the speech about the other is also a mask, an oppressive talk hiding gaps, absences, that space where our words would be if we were speaking, if there was silence, if we were there. This we is that us in the margins, that we who inhabit marginal space that is not a site of domination, but a place of resistance. Enter that space. This is an intervention. I am writing to you. I am speaking from a place in the margins where I am different, where I see things differently. Speaking from the margins, speaking in resistance. We are rewritten. We are other. We are the margin. Enter that space. Moving from silence into speech is for the oppressed, the colonized, the exploited, and those who stand and struggle side by side, a gesture of defiance that heals, that makes new life and new growth possible. It is that act of speech, of talking back, that is no mere gesture of empty words, that is the expression of moving from object to subject, that is the liberated voice.
Hi, my name is Milo Parker Emerson. I currently live in Chicago, but I was born and raised in Columbus, Ohio. I currently work at a nonprofit college access program focusing on first-gen low-income students of color. I'm going to read a little excerpt from No Tea, No Shade, New Writings in Black Queer Studies. I'm going to be reading from Kai M. Green's essay, Troubling the Waters. One evening during one of my breakdowns, I spent a couple of hours looking at myself in the mirror. I longed to see and know myself, but it was difficult for me to do. I felt my face and body morphing before my eyes and beyond my control. I talked to myself. I told myself I was strong. I told myself I was beautiful, even as I tried to make sense of the contorted vision I was presented with. I told myself that I would come back to myself, put myself back together, even though I felt that I was losing it. I realized that it is sometimes necessary to lose it. It is necessary to feel pain and loss, for it opens up space for something new.
I am Lee McBride. I teach philosophy at the College of Worcester in Worcester, Ohio. I am sharing a selection from Leonard Harris, a book that just came out in 2020, A Philosophy of Struggle. The piece starts, quote, African Americans are a raciated ethnicity, and liberation, I venture, will depend on freedom from forces that prevent African Americans as a raciated ethnic group from amassing assets and transferring wealth across generations, from the racism that creates systemic humiliation and denial of trust and honor, from the lowly status of human worth attributed to blacks, and from the terror of massive class exploitation and vicious class differences between wealthy and the poor. It will require that blacks trust themselves and that others trust blacks in the multiple ways that formal and informal contracts are constituted and insider information shared. Such perspectives are difficult to arrive at if communities in general, and the black community in particular, are conceived in a Manichaean fashion, us and the others, rather than complicated and interlaced associations. It is hoped that we will find motivation to sustain and create the sort of commitments needed to help destroy the terror of superexploitation and racial humiliation ravaging black lives, the sort of commitments that are coterminous with explanations that allow us to see the structures that need to be changed and the forces likely to influence hoped-for realities.